This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. Indians pregame show. And a very pleasant good evening, everybody, to welcome you inside Preston Gym as tonight the ladies take the floor as the Lady Indians will take on the Jerome Tigers. The Lady Indians come in with a record of 10-5, 5-2 in conference play. For Jerome, they're 8-7, and they are 5-3, which makes this game all the more important with Jerome one game behind Preston in the playoffs. As to entering into the action tonight, Preston currently sitting tied for third and in a playoff spot with Minico, tied with Minico. So this makes this game very important indeed for Preston. They've been on quite a roll of late. They've won 9 and lost 3 over the last 12 games overall. They've won 3 straight over Jerome. That's dating all the way back to 2010. But this game is just as important as they continue on in what is going to be a very busy final couple of weeks tonight. If left in the season after tonight, they still have road games at Century, at Burley, and at Minico, and they still have 2 home games left coming up on the 17th and the 19th of the month. That's against Pocatello and against Wood River. So it promises to be an interesting stretch drive, and the best thing that the Preston Indians can do, the Lady Indians, is just win and take care of their own house and let things fall where they may. And again, tied with Minico coming into the game tonight. They've already beaten Minico once this year, and they still have one more game with Minico left, the final game of the regular season, which I'm sure will go a long way in the deciding who will make the playoffs. Injury update tonight. The injury update is brought to you by Franklin County Medical Center. At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back on in the game, back on your feet, and back to a normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you the treatment that you need to be able to get back into the game. As call today, as they can certainly help you out. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet. The injury update for the Lady Indians is this. Last time we saw the Lady Indians, Cassie Pugmire did not play with an ankle injury. I was told that she played in the last game, which would put her back in the lineup tonight. The big loss tonight, however, is Liz Linhart. She is out with a concussion, and Coach Hall will talk more about that when we chat with him coming up later in the pregame show. In fact, that'll come up in just a couple of minutes. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have our sit-down chat with Coach Kimber Hall leading up to this game against the Jerome Tigers, and that's all coming up right after this on mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston. behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Welcome back to the Indians pregame show. Spend a couple of minutes with Coach Kimber Hall before this game against Jerome coming up here tonight. Yeah, we haven't seen you for a couple of weeks. Nice to be able to catch up with the ladies again.
Yes, we're glad to have you back, and we've won a few games since then, so it's been good.
Right now, as you head into tonight's game, at least, for my calculations, you're sitting third, which would put you in a playoff spot, still with a few weeks to go in the season.
Yeah, we need to really win this game tonight. They're right with us. These games, I didn't know this, but Mountain View game counted as 2 games, and we lost up there. This counts as 2 games, so because you only play them once, which I really don't like. But anyway, this is a big and important game for us because we need to be in that second or third spot. Century is undefeated. Doesn't look like, and nobody's even close to them. So, and then you got Minico right there, and so there's. 4, and then Twin Falls can beat anybody too at a given night. So right in the middle of the district, we got some real strong teams.
You're coming off at least a very good win the last time out.
Yeah, I was very happy with the way the girls played. We played hard defensively, which I was very pleased, and they played with a lot of intensity, which they haven't done for a full game this year. And so, though it was Marsh Valley was a scrappy team. They won't give up. And so they fought us the whole way, and I was just happy the way we played.
You had another great performance from Bethany Dow, 24 points, 9 rebounds, I think 3 or 4 blocks in that game as well.
Yes, Bethany's been very important to us this year, as anybody who would watch a game would know. She's got to play very well tonight because, as I was telling you before, Liz Linhart had a concussion last year, and we've been good until the other night in practice. She just took a bump in the back of the head. Getting a rebound, and she's got a concussion and out for a game, maybe more. So we're going to have to see how Pugmire plays, and we might have to change a few things, try a few substitutes for bigger people.
Well, that's kind of the question. How was Pugmire? Because she didn't play last time I saw you guys too with an ankle.
Yeah, she played the other night and played well. The thing about Pugmire, she understands the game maybe as well as anybody instinctively. She's just got to discipline herself when to try to steal a ball, when to shoot, and when to pass. And because she's a talented young lady, if we can just get her focused in and play the whole game, she's going to be a good player.
We'll hope for the best tonight, and hope everybody can get into the game and produce for us, and see if we can come up with a big win tonight against Jerome.
We need one. They are a good team. They have a couple of guards that shoot, and they've got a big girl inside. They play man-to-man, or play zone and man, and then they run a man offense they're cutting to the basket all the time. So we'll have our hands full.
Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
That's Coach Kimber Hall on our pregame show. Back with more after this on mylocalradio.com.
Health West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
Are you looking for a better interest rate on your bank accounts or checking account? Then Lewiston State Bank has the answer for you. This is Robert Stevenson, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high interest rate on the first $25,000. This rate is even higher than most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Logan branch on 3rd South in Maine, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
Do you remember last spring when runoff water was flooding fields and borrow pits because of plugged, collapsed, or non-existent culverts? Well, now is the time to get new culverts installed, and Valley Implement and Irrigation has the culverts you need. They buy them by the semi-load, and they have poly pipes and culverts in the diameter and length that will get that water running where it needs to go in the spring. Remember, too, that Valley Implement has a great selection of used tractors and farm equipment at prices that work for your operation. See Valley Implement and Irrigation in Preston, Logan, or Grays.
Welcome you back here to the pregame show here tonight. We mentioned the standings in our first segment. I thought maybe it'd be a good idea to go back and look at the standings overall and see how the conference is shaping up here with a couple of weeks left here in the regular season. Century, who the Lady Indians still are going to play. In fact, it'll be their next game coming up on the 9th of next week, as a matter of fact, as we will travel to Century. They're unbeaten this year. They're 15-0, 8-0 in the conference. Mountain Home, who you heard Coach Hall reference in the interview, their loss, the Lady Indians' loss at Mountain Home earlier this year counted as 2 games. They're 11-3, 7-1 in conference. Then comes Preston, 10-5 overall, 5-2 in conference. Minico's also 5-2 in conference. They are 9-5, having played 1 game less. And then Jerome is 5-3, 1 game back in the loss column in conference play, 8-7 overall. Twin Falls still breathing as far as playoff possibilities go. They're 4-3. Burley, Wood River, Pocatello, and Canyon Ridge, all with a lot of ground to make up before the playoffs come around. So starting lineups and the opening tap coming up next. Stay with us here on mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap. Drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Casasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
If you're in the empty nester stage of life, preparing for retirement, or considering downsizing, let me suggest you consider Blue Sage Park as your new home.
This all-new community for over 55 active adults is now under construction by Ralph's Construction, the builders of many fine custom homes in Franklin County. That same quality is going into the new homes at Blue Sage Park.
Choose from 3 plans, each with over 1,400 square feet of living space on one level with a 2 or 3 car garage, 2 bedrooms, and lots of special features. These beautiful new 2-bedroom homes include large marble showers, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplaces, a park and green space for family fun, and large closets with custom organizers. Larry and Cody Ralphs are building this community for the over 55 age group with no steps, no maintenance, and a beautiful home that you own.
The first model is nearing completion, and you'll soon be able to see it for yourself. Blue Sage Park, now being built for your future at 3rd East and 3rd North in Preston.
This is Preston Indians basketball. All the excitement of the best basketball action in Idaho is just ahead. Tonight's game is brought to you by Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Webb Funeral Home, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting LLC and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any use of the descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting LLC is strictly prohibited. We're coming to you live from Preston Gym on the campus of Preston High School, as this is Preston Indians basketball, as the Lady Indians take the floor tonight as they'll go up against the Jerome Tigers. Hi, everybody. I'm Dan Hubbard. Glad to have you with us. Thanks to the Preston band tonight for playing the national anthem before we get started here tonight. For Preston, a very important game, 10-5 on the year, 5-3 coming into the game tonight here as well. They've won 4 straight as they'll take on the Jerome Tigers here tonight. Starters tonight for the game, Amberina Hurtado, a 5'4 junior for the Jerome Tigers. Amaya Thomas, also a 5'4 junior, gets a start tonight as well. Mercedes Bell, who is a 5'7 junior. Hannah Schotterveld, who is a 5'8 sophomore, gets a start tonight, as it is Veronica Pfeiffer also starting tonight for the Jerome Tigers. Jerome is 9-5 on the year, as we mentioned, and tied with the Preston Lady Indians as far, I should say, a game back, I should say, in the standings as far as the playoff positioning goes. Starting lineup tonight for Preston, to the usual starters. Jessica Alder gets a start, a 5'9 senior. Alicia Wood will start tonight as well, a 5'5 senior. Addie Mosier, who will start at the point guard, she's a 5'5 sophomore. Bethany Dow, who averages 18.5 points a game for the Lady Indians, will start in the middle. Usually Liz Linhart starts for the Indians, but Cassie Pugmire falls into that spot tonight with Linhart unavailable. She is a 5'9 junior. So all going to fall really on Bethany Dow and her ability to stay on the floor tonight. As with Liz Linhart unavailable, for Bethany to stay out of foul trouble and stay in the game becomes of even greater importance to Coach Kimber Hall and the rest of the Lady Indians. So we'll see how it goes as we're ready to jump center here tonight. Bethany Dow will jump center for the Indians, as looks like she's going to jump against Mercedes Bell, number 23, a 5'7 junior. And Bethany at 6'1" controls the tap easily for Preston as it comes to Alicia Wood. Wood gives it up, comes back over to Mosier. Now back out top of the key again as they'll get it to Jessica Alder. Alder tries to give it back to Wood. Pass was behind her. She's got to run back and get it back near the timeline, which she did successfully. One bounce dribble between the legs. Now goes back over to Pugmire in the left corner. Pugmire will drive. Back out top to Mosier. Tries to penetrate, can't. Back out top to Pugmire again. Her pass inside to Dow is picked off. And here come the Tigers back for their first possession of the evening. Hurtado gives it up over on the right side. Now back out top again to Bell. Bell dribbles a couple of times, terminates the dribble. Now gives it back to Thomas. Thomas, top of the key. The Indians in a 2-3 zone as they match up with the cutters going through. As a three-point attempt from out top by Pfeiffer is no good. Rebound comes off to Wood for the Indians up in the front court. Alder steps inside the arc, missed the shot. Rebound by Pugmire, no good. It's loose and a foul. It's going to go against As, yeah, I'm trying to make sure that they called it right, because the official had it backwards. The foul's going to go against Bethany Dow. That's her first, and the first team foul in the game for either side. Pfeiffer now comes over to Amalia Thomas. Free throw line extended left. Back to Thomas as she gets it back, from Bell. Back down low. Right on the right block. The shot put up by Hurtado. That's no good. The rebound comes off to Mosier. Addie has the rebound for the Indians. Back up into the front court. Gives it off to Alicia Wood. Inside to Dow. Turn off the glass is good. Ties the game. I should say makes it a 2-0 lead as Dow with an early bucket here tonight. Bethany, of course, averages 18.5 points a game this year for the Lady Indians. Schottervid has the ball taken away. It's taken away by Alder. All the way left-handed layup is no good. And a foul in the backcourt is committed by Alicia Wood. That's her first, second called on the Indians here in the first quarter. 5:51 remaining here in the first quarter. Just a couple of minutes in. Glad to have you with us here tonight, live from Preston Gym. Dan Hubbard, glad to have you along. Pfeiffer dribbles it out of the corner. She gives it up to Schotterveld. Goes over to Hurtado. Now she'll hand it to Bell as she wants her to come around the corner. She goes down in the corners. It goes down to Thomas. Back out top to Hurtado. Trying to direct traffic. She sticks the left hand out, says she's going this way. She does. Gives it off to Thomas. Now back to Pfeiffer at the top of the key. Hurtado has it. Drives down the right side. Finds herself in traffic. She'll kick it back out to Bell. Looks at a three. Good. Mercedes Bell drains the three. And it's 3-2 Jerome here with 5 minutes remaining here in quarter number one. Mosier drives, kicks it back to Wood, doesn't take the three. Comes back out top to Alder. She comes down the right side of the key, gives it back to Mosier. Now back to Alder, big skip pass to Wood back across the top of the key. Holds her left fist in the air and says we'll run the fist play. Back to Alder. Alder goes to Dow, comes out above the free throw line to get it. Has the ball taken away on the drive. It's taken away by Hurtado. She comes one-on-one against Wood, pivots, and goes off the glass and in. Hurtado with her first 2 points of the game. Then the ball is knocked away in the backcourt. It's going to stay with the Lady Indians, however. 4:22 to play here in the first. 5-2, Jerome on top. Full court pressure put on by the Tigers. As the ball comes to Wood, she's able to break the press as she gets it up in the front court to Pugmire. She drives baseline, missed the layup, but right there is Bethany Dow for the layup to put back and in. So Dow has all 4 points so far tonight for the Indians, and then they trail 5-4 here. 3:55 on the clock on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Shot no good. Dow has the rebound. She had 9 rebounds to go along with 24 points in the last game. Here comes Mosier, splits the defenders, laid up no good. Rebound is off as it comes to Thomas back up in the front court. Thomas gets it ahead to Bell. Mercedes Bell's shot is no good. Pfeiffer picks up the garbage underneath and lays it in. Vanessa Pfeiffer with her first 2 points of the game. And it's a 3-point lead for Jerome at 7-4. This Jerome team is young. It's mostly made up of juniors, but they are very competitive. Mosier, free throw line extended right, gives it up the top of the key to Wood. Wood comes back to Alder on the right side, fakes the three, now gives it back to Wood. She'll take the three from there. In and out, stays out, and Pfeiffer has the rebound. He gives it off to Mercedes Bell as she pushes up into the front court. Defenders are back, so they'll set up the offense. Pfeiffer has the top of the key. She'll take the three from there. That's no good. That went way down and came out just like Woods did a moment ago. And the Indians get it back up into the front court as they get it to Addie Mosier. Mosier lets Woods go through, works her way through the traffic in the key, gives it off to Pugmire on the left side. Dow all the way out the top of the key. Now she'll drive down the left side of the lane. No good. Gets her own rebound. Goes back up. Fouled. She'll take a couple of free throws. Foul's going to go against Amaya Thomas. That's her first personal tonight. And now Bethany Dow at the free throw line to shoot 2. First one, no good. So Bethany will shoot the second. Try to get her team back to within a deuce. As the second free throw is also no good. She missed them both. Up into the front court. Gentry Mills just into the game for Jerome. It actually goes down in the corner to Pfeiffer. She has it blocked from behind by Dow. The ball's going to go out of bounds. It's going to go to the Indians as Pfeiffer touched it last before it went out. Benaya Ortega into the game here for Jerome, as she'll pick up the ball in the backcourt. Everyone else falls back into their defensive positions. In fact, she rides the hip of Wood all the way up to the front court. Right side, it comes to Pugmire. Pugmire gives it off to Alder. Back around the right side, back to Mosier. She drives, tries to slip through a screen. They're going to call it no basket. The foul was before the shot on the floor. As the foul's going to go on Gentry Mills, her first foul. And that's 2 now on both sides of the equation. Mosier going to take a 3, but she traveled first. She stepped into it, and when she tried to step into it, she traveled. 1:58 left on the clock here in the first quarter. 7-4 Jerome leads on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Up into the front court. Back top of the key. It comes to Madison Diedmond, number 11, just into the game. Back to Diedmond, and Michaela Nance in the game as well. Has the ball taken away, but it's going to stay out of bounds. It's going to stay with Jerome, out of bounds. In fact, it'll be down in the corner, down by the band. Vanessa Pfeiffer out of the game. As Hannah Schadeveld back into the game. That passes off the hands of Jerome Tiger, out of bounds. It's going to stay here with the Indians now, with 1:41 to play in the quarter. They can get even with a 3 as they trail 7-4. Mosier back to Wood. They want someone to come across the key. It's Pugmire who comes across, balances out the offense. Dow way out top of the key, holds it above her head. Comes over on the right side as it comes over to Wood. Back out top to Mosier. To Dow over on the left side now. Free throw line extended. She wants to drive, spin move in the paint, lay it up and in. Dow has 6, in fact all 6 of the Indians' points so far tonight, and they trail by 1. Schotterveld gives it off over on the right side. Nice fake, nope, but she traveled. It was a little bit too good. Traveling violation, the ball comes back over to the Indians. Sydney Marlowe will come in. She'll replace Cassie Pugmire, who will go to the bench. Pugmire got lost on offense last time down the floor, so they'll bring in Marlowe. If we weren't with us earlier, Liz Linhart not available tonight. She suffered a concussion the other day in practice, and she's going to miss tonight's game and maybe more. She had a concussion last year as well. 3-pointer by Wood, good. Alicia Wood gets on the scorecard as she nails a 3. That puts the Indians back out on top with 30 seconds left in the quarter. They lead 9-7. Down in the corner, it goes to Nance. Back to Nance as a skip pass to Schotterveld. Her 3-pointer is good. And as Schotterveld gives her team a lead again by 1. Down to the final 13 seconds. They'll hold for one last shot. Or will they? They get a good layup opportunity down here. Marlowe can't get the shot off. Then they're going to call it a held ball, and it's going to stay. Check that. Which way is it going to go? Can't tell. It's going to go to Jerome on the alternating possession rule after the held ball. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Deadmead brings it up into the front court. The shot put up by Schotterveld is good at the buzzer. She hits a pair of threes in the last couple of minutes of the quarter, and Jerome leads 13-9 as we head off into the break. Take a timeout. More second. We'll go to the second quarter after this on mylocalradio.com.
get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tremonton branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
We'll head to the second quarter here tonight. Jerome leading 13-9 on a pair of three-pointers by Hannah Somerveld in the last minute and a half or so of the period. Ball belongs to the Indians as they start the second quarter. Sage Meek into the game for the first time as she'll take over running the point. Addie Mosier goes to the bench to get a little break. Down low, Alder tries to get it back out to Wood, and she does. And Addie will, Elisa rather, will back the ball out and set up the offense again. Over on the left side, it goes to Meek. Back out top to Dow, way away from the basket. Not exactly where you want her to set up. Down low it goes as Marlowe goes up, and Sydney's fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. That's going to go against Gentry Miles. That'll be her second, third team foul in the half here against Jerome. And Sydney Marlowe now at the free throw line to shoot a pair. She's only shot 6 free throws so far on the year. She's made 2 of the first 6, but she makes this one here. So she makes the first one, makes it 13-10. Now has a chance to get her team back within a deuce. Marlowe's second free throw rattles around and falls in. She makes them both. So Sydney gets on the score sheet. She has 2 tonight. And they're back to within a 2-point deficit are the Indians at 13-11. Pfeiffer back into the game, gives it back up top. The entry pass knocked her down by Dow. However, it's picked up there by Hurtado. Her three-point attempt is no good. Dow has the rebound, back up in the front court to Jessica Alder. Gives it to Wood. Wood on the right side to now bring it back out top and set up the offense from there again. She goes around the screen set by Dow. Gives it to Meek out top. Back to Marlowe, free throw line extended left. Skip pass, comes back over to Alder on the right side. Now back out top, and Wood just rolls her hand over just to say, okay, let's start over here again, as that ball is tapped into the bench by Jerome, and it's going to stay with the Indians as the ball tapped out of bounds by Mercedes Bell. Good hustle play by Mercedes, but wasn't able to control the ball. Jessica Alder will bring it in from right in front of the Jerome bench as it comes into Meek. Sage dribbles it off her foot, able to get it back to Wood in the left corner. Out top, tried to get it to Marlowe. Ball was tipped, but got to Marlowe anyway. Now back over here on the right side as it comes back to Alder. Alder drives in the lane, laid up and in. Jessica Alder on the scorecard as she picks up her first 2 points of the night. She averages 7, almost 8 points a game. She has her first 2 on the night, and we're tied again at 13. Hurtado down in the corner. Tries to dribble back out, gives it up as it comes to Pfeiffer. Now into the hands of Bell and back to Hurtado. Hooped out, tried to set up the offense again, and that's an offensive foul. So Mercedes Bell commits an offensive foul, tries to clear player out with the offhand. And the Indians will get the ball back, and now a full court press put on by Jerome. As the Indians are able to break it fairly easily. They get it to Dow, drives, blocking foul against Pfeiffer. So the blocking foul against Pfeiffer, that's her first, 5th on the team. And that's going to send Bethany Dow back to the free throw line again. Bethany missed the first 2 that she tried back in the first quarter, but she makes this one. That gives the Indians a lead again at 14-7. Bethany now with 7 points in the game. Second shot, high arcing is in. Make it 8 as she makes both their free throws here. So she's 2 of 4 here in the first half from the free throw line. Goes down in the corner to Pfeiffer. Kicks it back to Hurtado. Lost it momentarily, now gets it back. That's going to be off of Meek and out of bounds. It'll stay with Jerome. Out of bounds on the side, right in front of the Preston student section. As she gets it into Hurtado. They want to run the motion offense. Hurtado stops at the top of the key. Comes over in the corner to Pfeiffer. She drives baseline. Reverse layup, no good. Alder with the rebound inside. Stumbled, lost the ball. Picked up again by Pfeiffer, who lays it in. Kind of a gift basket with Alder laying on her wallet. And lost the ball. Again, the full court pressure broken by the Indians up into the front court. As it comes back to Wood, we're tied at 15. Looks at a 3 and good. Elisa Wood hits her second 3 of the half. She has 6, and Preston back out to a 3-point lead again with 5:05 left here in the second quarter. Pfeiffer to Thomas, top of the key. Comes around the screen. Preston still in that kind of a sort of a man-to-man defense. Pfeiffer shoots over Dow for 3 and hits it. That's her second 3 of the first half, and we're even again at 18. 4:35 to play here in the first half. Pass underneath Alder, lost it. Dow tried to get it back. She flips it to Meek. The Jerome bench calling for a traveling violation. There was none, at least none called. Shot was no good. Underneath, Pfeiffer wide open as she gets the layup and the basket, and a timeout called by Coach Kimber Hall. We'll take a timeout here as well. Back in 30 seconds on mylocalradio.com. 4:19 left here in the first half. Somebody got lost on defense, and Vanessa Pfeiffer with an easy layup to give the Jerome Tigers a 2-point lead again. It's 20-18 as mild pressure put on. Cassie Pugmire back into the game for the Indians. She's immediately tied up, and it's going to go back over to Jerome on the alternating possession rule. So Pugmire caught the ball about chest high, and she was immediately double teamed, and they tied the ball up. And Coach Hall, if you could hear him on the in the background on our crowd mic, yelling for the passes to be higher for the taller players, as Mercedes Bell got the ball and then tried to make a move and traveled. So they'll give the ball right back to the Indians. We cross into the 4-minute mark remaining here in the first half on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Skip pass is intercepted there, gets it to Hurtado. Hurtado goes back to Dedmon, as lays up and in. Dedmon gets her first 2 points of the game, and it's a 4-point advantage again for Jerome at 22-18. Dow swing it all the way around as it comes to Wood on the left side. She'll now want to set the offense up, so Meek comes here to the right side. Carrie Despain into the game for the first time tonight for the Indians. She cuts it across down the baseline. Now back out top to Dow, 15 feet away from the basket. She wants to drive again. Drives into a triple team. The shot wild off the glass. Rebound inside by Pugmire is no good. And then a foul that's going to go against the Indians. That's going to be against Despain. That's her first. That's 4 team fouls. Make it 3, I apologize. 3 team fouls on the Indians here in the first half with 3:05 to play. Dedmon gives it to Bell. Bell has it taken away. Pugmire stripped her of the ball. Stops, 15-foot jumper, no good. Rebound comes off to Dow. She goes off the glass. That's no good. Despain underneath is going to be held, and a foul here, and that's going to be against Hurtado. That's her first, and also put Jerome out of fouls here for the remaining 2 minutes and 50 seconds of the half. Bell comes out of the game as it comes into Meek. Sage tries a three. That's no good. Rebounds off to Ortega, just back into the game. She'll push back up into the front court. Tries to get it down low, and we have a foul on the pass down low. Bethany Dow picks up her second foul. A little push on that entry pass down low. That's 14 fouls now on the Indians. Jessica Alder's going to come back in as Carrie Despain will come back to the bench. Jerome up by 4. They get it in. As it comes to Ortega, her look at a three is no good. Rebound is off. Meek able to go and get it. Throws it up into the front court. Her pass is too deep, however, to try to get it to Wood. She took a couple of dribbles and then terminated the dribble and found herself in deep trouble and had to get rid of it. Ortega hands it right to Wood. Here comes Elisa, and she's fouled on her way to the basket as she was ahead of the pack. Foul from behind by Madison Dredman. That's her first. So Wood's going to go to the line to shoot her first 2 free throws of the night. Elisa Wood, who was ahead of everybody and was fouled from behind. And the first of her 2 free throws is good. Addie Mosier comes back in for the Indians, as Sage Meek will go back to the bench. And Wood will try her second free throw. That's good as well. She makes them both. She now has 8 points in the game, and Preston back to within 2. It's 22-20 on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard. The entry pass this time taken away by Dow as she gets it to Mosier. Mosier had it stripped away as he's able to go back and get it. And a holding foul in the backcourt. That's going to be free throws for Mosier. As quickly drawing her second foul was Madison Dedmon. And now going to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1 is Addie Mosier. Addie, who's made 13 of 25 free throw attempts on the year, she goes to the line to shoot her first one here tonight. She's a 52%er. And makes the first. So Mosier cracks the score sheet with her first point of the game. Now she'll get the penalty. And she can tie the game with 2:04 left here in the first half. And she does, nothing but net. Addie makes them both, and we're tied again at 22. Back out top as it comes to Mills. Mills holds, now goes down in the corner as it gets down on the low post, and that's going to be against Dow, and that's 3 on Bethany. So Bethany draws her 3rd personal foul here in the first half with 1:50 to go, and she's going to have to come out. They'll get Sydney Marlowe back into the game. Ball out of bounds, baseline, underneath their own basket for Jerome. That ball tapped as it comes in by Pugmire, as it reaches a Tiger player, and eventually it ends up in the hands of Pfeiffer, and she was fouled. That's going to go against Pugmire. That'll be her first. The Indians are now out of fouls, so free throws for Jerome in the final minute and 45 seconds of the half. Comes to Trauber. Missed. The rebound comes off. Pfeiffer able to put it back up and in. Pfeiffer now with 11 in the first half. And with a minute and a half to play, the Tigers leading again by 2. Woods has it in the corner. Tries to bring it back out to Mosier right in front of the Tiger bench. Gets it to Marlowe. Lay it up and in. She's fouled. Count the basket. Good strong move by Marlowe. She put the ball on the floor and challenged the players inside. As the foul's going to go against Ortega, that'll be her first. So Marlowe will try to complete the three-point play with 1:17 left in the half. Missed the free throw. As we stay tied at 24, Pfeiffer has the rebound. And bring it up in the front court is Ortega. Down low, try to force the ball inside, tapped up in the air, taken away. Woods has it. She pushes up to the front court. Here comes Mosier. Look out, runs into a couple of different players, and it's going to be a charging violation. She banked off Pfeiffer and then ran into Schaudervent. Neither of which had position, but they called it a charging foul nonetheless. So the foul against Addie, that's her first. Inside the final minute, ball taken away again. Pugmire has it up into the front courts to Woods. Woods will give it back as it comes to Mosier. Mosier gives it back here on the right side to Alder. Alder drives in the paint, back to Wood. Looked at a three, good. Nope, short. Fooled me and about 16 people behind me. As the ball taken away again by Alder. Against Ortega, laid up, missed the layup. 23 seconds to go in the half, and a timeout called here. As it'll be a 30-second timeout called by Jerome. We'll keep it here. Tonight's game brought to you in part by West Motors. West Motor Company is the place to go when you are in the market for a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Dodge truck. Why? Well, it's simple. That's because they make you feel like you're at home sweet home. They also, because they treat you right, they can give you the best deal they possibly can. If you call Cache Valley home, it's very simple. Stop by West Motor Company and welcome home. 22 seconds remaining in the half, tied at 24. 9 team fouls against Jerome, 7 against the Indians, so free throws for either side. Bethany Dow remains on the bench with 3 fouls here in the first half. As the Indians come back out with Mosier, Marlowe, Pugmire, Alder, and Wood here for the final 22 seconds of the half. Ball belongs in the backcourt to Jerome as they get it in. Ortega brings the ball across the timeline. Now drives right down the middle. It goes over Pugmire. Shot no good. Tapped away. It's picked up there by Mosier. Got to hurry. 11 seconds left in the half. To Pugmire. Looks at a three. Short. As the rebound comes off to Hurtado with 3, with 2. They force it up into the front court. The shot will count. It goes, and it goes. Count the basket as the shot was put up by Dedmon at the buzzer for the 2-pointer, and that ends up being the difference as we go to the halftime break. After the first 2 quarters tonight, it's Jerome 26, it's Preston 24. We'll get to our halftime activities. We'll go back and talk about the first half. We'll do all that when we come back on mylocalradio.com.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today. Since 1958, when the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
In business for almost 70 years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of life. When it comes to irrigation, equipment, attachments, parts and service, and precision farming, Valley Implement in Preston is here to work for you. Visit them today, 213 West 8th North, Preston. Valley Implement, all things agriculture.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tree Mountain branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel, even when the temperature drops below zero. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
All right, welcome you back. We're at halftime. Jerome leading at the break, 26-24. As the first half, a little bit ragged on both sides, as both teams committing a lot of fouls, several turnovers in the first half as well. In fact, Preston, whose average is about 20 turnovers a game anyway, that's kind of modus operandi for them, unfortunately for them, because that gives away a lot of opportunities for points when they turn the ball over. The big problem on the scoreboard for the Indians as we get ready to head to the second half, Bethany Dow missed a good chunk of the second quarter after picking up her third foul, and then sat out the final 3 or 3.5 minutes of the second quarter. But that will be a problem as she has 3 fouls getting ready to head to the second half. Need her inside to be able to control Vanessa Pfeiffer for Jerome, as she had 11 points in the first half. Bethany had 8 before she had to leave in foul trouble. We'll take a full look at the stat sheet as we'll come back, and we'll have more here at halftime with Jerome leading Preston by the score of 26-24. Back with more after this on mylocalradio.com.
Their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash. When you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston, they pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
Well, on the score sheet, here for the first half of tonight's game, first for Jerome. Abrina Hurtado had 2. Amaya Thomas played but did not score. Madison Dredmond had 4 points, including the layup at the end of the first half. That ended up being the difference in the score in the first half. Ortega, Nance, and Bell, Ortega and Nance played but did not score. Mercedes Bell had 3 in the first half. Hannah Sodervin had 6. And Vanessa Pfeiffer had 11 for the Indians. Jessica Alder with 2 in the first half. Alicia Woods had 8, including a big three-pointer that she hit. Carrie Despain played but did not score. Same with Sage Meek. Addie Mosier had 2. Sydney Marlowe with 4. Bethany Dow had 8 to go along with her 3 fouls. And Cassie Pugmire did not score in the first half of tonight's game. Second half of tonight's game coming up just around the corner. Stay with us. The second half is next. You're listening on mylocalradio.com.
Is a True Value at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. Whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston. When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now, they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
Do you remember last spring when runoff water was flooding fields and borrow pits because of plugged, collapsed, or non-existent culverts? Well, now is the time to get new culverts installed. And Valley Implement and Irrigation has the culverts you need. They buy them by the semi-load, and they have poly pipes and culverts in the diameter and length that will get that water running where it needs to go in the spring. Remember, too, that Valley Implement has a great selection of used tractors and farm equipment at prices that work for your operation. See Valley Implement and Irrigation in Preston.
We start the second half. Preston trails by 2, 26-24. Dan Hubbard back with you from Preston Gym as we start the second half on what really is an important game for the Indians. Bethany Dow and her 3 fouls start the second half. Mosier gives it off in the corner. It comes to Wood, to Dow. Back to the basket. Turns into the paint, goes off the glass and in. Bethany Dow now with 10 in the game. And ties the game again back to 26. Hurtado has it, forces it down low inside. Pfeiffer, shot no good as they control it, do the Tigers. Back out in the corner, it comes to Thomas. Back down low on the block and a holding foul. Ball will stay with the Tigers. Baseline in the front court, and the foul's going to go against Jessica Alder, her first. So Maya Thomas will bring it in, baseline, front court. Alder's going to front Pfeiffer, so they can't get her the ball. So going around the screen, set by Pfeiffer. It comes into Bell to Hurtado. Now back to Bell. Looks at a three. Good. Mercedes Bell with a pair of three-pointers in the game. She has 6 and back to a three-point lead again for the Tigers. Alder drives in the paint. Laid up too strong. Gets her own rebound. Put back is in. Good play there by Alder to stay with the play after she missed the layup. Ball back up in the front court here for the Tigers. It comes to Hurtado, top of the key. Gives it off to Schotterveld. Back over to Bell, left side, free throw line extended. As she holds the ball, coming out to meet it is Pfeiffer, top of the key. Nice backdoor pass to Schotterveld, put it in, foul. Actually, I correct myself, it was Bell who made the layup. And Bell will go to the free throw line. Try to complete the three-point play as Jessica Alder picks up her second foul. First free throw attempt of the night for Bell. It's good. And gives her team a 4-point lead, 32-28, minute and a half into quarter number 3. Tigers come out and show full court pressure. Pass was tipped, picked up by Pfeiffer. Ahead to Hurtado. The layup no good as she had to try to wait for Dow to fly by, and it messed up the timing. However, the Tigers keep control. Thomas gives it to Hurtado on the right side. Back out top to Schotterveld. Back to Hurtado. Now back to Schotterveld as they play catch as Alder reaches in, and that's going to be her third foul in 2 minutes here in the second half. Cassie Pugmire back into the game as Alder goes to the bench. Ball again stays with the Tigers, who lead by 4. Out top, Pfeiffer, top of the key. Bad pass. That's going to go to the back to the Indians. The ball hit off the leg of Thomas and out of bounds. Ball comes into Wood in the backcourt. Over to Pugmire, now back to Wood. 32-28 on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard here in the third quarter. 5:35 to play in the third. Back to Wood, top of the key. She can't do anything, so she gives it off to Mosier. Mosier gets as far as the free throw line, goes back to Wood. Now over here on the near side to Marlowe, now back to Wood again. Wants to drive, and she's going to be held on the drive. No shot. Foul's going to go against Abriana Hurtado. That'll be her second, and the first on Jerome here in the second half. Wood will bring it in deep to Pugmire, all the way out near the timeline. Now back to Wood. Immediately steps in, looks at a three. No good. As Marlowe almost had the rebound, she couldn't quite control it. It comes off to Hurtado, who brings it into the front court. Skips it across to Thomas. Her three. That's no good. Hurtado gets the rebound. Her outlet pass was tapped by Woods, however, still picked up by Bell. And Bell gives it back to Hurtado to set up the offense. To Bell, free throw line extended right. Bounce it down low. Nice play by Moser to intercept the pass. Addy quickly back up into the front court. Gives the ball back to Elisa Wood. Wood looks inside to Dow. Gets it to her. Off the glass, it's short. She taps it free, but unfortunately it goes back over to the Tigers. Here comes Thomas on the run, back up into the front court. Driving baseline and a whistle. And the question is this going to be against Dow or against Mosier? They were both there. It's going to be against Mosier. Her second. Team's fourth here in the quarter. And Maya Thomas is going to go to the free throw line, fouled on the shot, and she will shoot 2. First one that's off the back of the iron is no good. Sage Meek back into the game. She'll replace Addie Mosier, who comes out with her 2 fouls. Meek played in the first half but did not score. Now the second free throw here by Thomas is good. So she makes one of the 2. It's a 5-point lead for Jerome. Quickly, they get it up to Dow in the front court. She goes high off the glass and in. Bethany Dow with a dozen. Cuts the lead back down to 3 again. Thomas quickly up into the front court. Three-pointer by Bell. In and out. Stays out. Long rebound comes off for control by Vanessa Pfeiffer for the Tigers. Comes back to Bell here on the right side. Back to Schotterveld as the pass is intercepted by Dow, who stepped in front of Pfeiffer to front her, and the bounce pass came right to her. Back to Wood. Looks at a 3. Good, and we're tied at 33. Quickly, end-to-end action as they really turning up the speed here as far as running. But for the second trip down the floor, Jerome throws the ball away. Wood gets it down low on the block to Dow. They triple team her as inside Marlowe missed. Rebound, yes. Sydney Marlowe gets her own rebound and puts it back in. The Indians have a lead again at 35-33. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. With 3:27 to play here in the third. Back in 30 seconds on mylocalradio.com.
For details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
So the Indians come back. They lead by 2 with 3:27 to play here in the third quarter. It's 35-33 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. And tonight's game is brought to you in part by S&T Electric. When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electric should always be your go-to crew. Whether it's new construction or repair work, service, or new installations, you know your electrical work will be done right when it's done by S&T Electric. It's what they do. Ball belongs in the backcourt for Jerome. And Preston with a 2-point lead, 35-33 as they get it up into the front court. Jontree Mills gets it off to Pfeiffer, who comes way out near the timeline to get the ball. To Ortega, trying to get it back down low, is taken away by Dow. Dow gets it to Wood. Wood tried to turn and head up the court, but the defenders were back, so she slows it up. Pugmire cuts the baseline, can't get it to her. Jessica Alder back into the game, gets the ball. 3 minutes to play here in the third. Alder back to Wood. Wood tries to go down the right side, back to Meek. Meek drives in the lane, put it up, and it will not go down for. The rebound comes off to Schotterveld. Schotterveld gets it out to Ortega, gets it up into the front court. Dedmond back into the game. Mills on the left side for 2. They call it a 2. And we're tied again at 35. Woods drives, gives it back to Meek. To Alder, top of the key. Back to Woods, looks at a 3. Short. Pugmire running the baseline, catches the air ball, and gives it back as it goes to Alder. Back out to Woods again. Dow comes up to the elbow to meet it. She cuts down the middle, and she's fouled on the turn. No shots. The ball remains out of bounds to the Indians. Madison Dedmond with the foul. That's her third. Second team foul of the half called against the Tigers, as Vanessa Pfeiffer is going to come back to the bench. As back into the game is Malika Nance. Ball comes into Pugmire. Waiting for Dow to come onto the block, and Dow is pushed from behind when she receives the ball by Schotterveld. That's her first. That's 3 team fouls now on the Tigers. And it will be Mercedes Bell back into the game, as Schotterveld will now come to the bench. Tied at 35, 2:11 to play. Inside, nobody watching Dow, easy layup. Dow's got 14, and the Indians lead by 2 again. 3-point attempt by Bell. That's no good. They crash inside as a foul. Dedmon tried to turn. I think she was fouled trying to turn. The foul's going to go on Sage Meek. That'll be her first. And the 5th on the Tigers here in the half. Or I should say the 5th on the Indians here in the half. As it comes back in out of bounds. As a bounce pass inside. Not able to be controlled. Finally comes back to Bell. Back to Dedmon in front of the bench. Skip pass back over on the far side. It goes to Mills. She'll now pull the ball back out and give it back to Bell to try to set up the offense. 1:40 to play here in the third. Preston up by 2, 37-35. Skip pass comes back over to Ortega. Now down on the blocks, down to Bell. Her shot no good. Tried a little pump fake and tried to draw the foul, but there was none, and then she missed the shot. Back to Meek. Back to Dow, high off the glass. No, Pugmire is going to go over the back, loose ball foul. And the Preston Indians will be out of fouls here now for the entirety of the second half. Pugmire will draw her second foul. And now for the entire fourth quarter and the remaining 1:24 here in the third, that means Jerome is going to shoot free throws. The Tigers, if you're interested, only have 3 team fouls in the half. Down in the corner. It comes to Bell. Tries to turn baseline. She drives. Dow able to block the shot. Comes back to Ortega. She's double teamed in the corner. Gets out of the double team. Then she's cut off by Wood as they kick it back to the top. Now back over on the right side. And again, it's Pugmire to step in front of everybody. She stumbled over somebody's foot and just had to get rid of the ball before she fell. And the ball was picked off again by Jerome. Swing it over on the far side. Back to Dedmon. Back out top it comes to Ortega. Now down low to Mills. So kick it back out top again. Mills, free throw line extended right. Down in the corner to Bell. Back out top. Swing it all the way over to Dedmon again on the left side. Back out top to Ortega. Ortega comes back over to Mills. Now back down to the corner to Bell. Tries to feed it inside. Dow steps inside in front of the pass and intercepts it. Gives it off to Alder. 22 seconds to go in the quarter. Back to Wood. She holds top of the key to Meek. Skip pass to Alder, who had to go off her foot. It's going to stay, luckily, with the Indians with 15 seconds to play in the quarter as Hurtado and Thomas come back in. Mills and Ortega will leave for Jerome. Indians will set up a picket line on the opposite side of the inbound pass. Back to Meek. Her three-pointer is no good. Tapped to Pugmire. Turnaround jumper. Good with 9 seconds left. Pugmire with her first 2 points gives the Indians a 4-point advantage. Dedmon goes baseline. That's no good. Gets her own rebound after the tap, and the shot falls short. And that's the way quarter number 3 will end. So Preston leads 39-35 after 3. We'll come back. Quarter number 4 is next, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. We'll get to that right after this timeout on mylocalradio.com.
Refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
As we go to the fourth quarter, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. Preston leading by 4 after their second straight 15-point quarter, as they held Jerome to just 9 in the third, and they lead 39-35 as we start quarter number 4. Ball belongs to Jerome to start the quarter. As it comes to Thomas. Over here on the near side to Bell. Free throw line extended right. Pfeiffer back in the game to start the fourth. Gives it off back to Thomas. Little 12-foot runner in the lane. That's no good. Able to get her own rebound. She's double teamed in the corner, but still the ball comes out to Hurtado. Schotterveld from straight away for three is no good. Bell wrestles for the rebound inside, and a whistle. The foul's going to go against Preston. Lisa Wood draws the foul. That's her second. And it's got to be free throws here, guys. Yeah. The officials were surprised that Preston was out of fouls already, which they are. 2 fouls now on Alicia Wood, and 1-1 for Mercedes Bell as she goes to the line. 39-35, Preston leads here in the beginning of quarter number 4. As the first one is good. Now Bell will get the bonus. Bell now with 9 points in the game. And that one rattles around and stays out, but a lane violation against Preston. She's going to get the free throw over again. The good news is that Bethany Dow played the whole third quarter and didn't pick up another foul, as she still missed the free throw. And it stays a 3-point lead, 39-36, Preston on top. Full court pressure. Woods has somebody's got to come meet the ball. It's Meeks, gets it to Dow, top of the key. Bethany drives off the glass, lay it in. Well, she challenged the double team and got it in. Bethany now with 16 in the game and a traveling violation against the Tigers. Remember, Jerome started this game just 1 game back in the loss column, behind both Preston and Minico for the third spot in the conference in the playoff race with about 6 games to go. Meek, free throw line extended left, down in the corner it goes to Alder. Alder back down to Dow. She goes again off the glass. Bethany with another 2 points, gives her 18, and a timeout again called by Jerome. They've extended the lead. It's now 7 with 6:40 to play, and we'll keep it here on the 32nd timeout in the fourth quarter on all of our games this year, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. They've been assisting Franklin County residents in their time of need since 1925. When you're in need of professional and understanding care, stop by their modern, full-service facility just off Highway 91, just south of the city of Preston. Their doors are open for your questions and concerns anytime. Remember, that's Webb Funeral Home, proud sponsor of Preston Indians basketball. 43-36 with the Indians on top as they have come out and outscored Jerome 5-1 here in the first minute and 20 seconds of the quarter, which forced Jerome to take a timeout. So the Tigers have the ball front court. On the left side, or right side rather, it comes to Bell. Back out top, it comes to Schotterveld. Back to Bell. Skip pass all the way over to Hurtado. Look inside. They have not been able to get the ball to Pfeiffer here in the second half at all, and now a blocking foul, as that will go against Bethany Dow. That's number 4 on Bethany. Free throws here for Bell. She missed one and made one a moment ago. Now she's going to go back to the line to shoot another 1-and-1. First one from Bell. No good. She missed the front end, and Dow has the rebound up high. She's missed 2 in a row. So now the important thing is Dow has to be able to stay on the floor. She has 4 fouls with 6 minutes to play here in regulation. Alder has it in the right corner, brings it back out top to Wood. Question is, will they try now to take the air out of the ball and be very deliberate with what they do with a 7-point lead and Dow in foul trouble? Looks like they might as the ball comes back to Wood. She'll hold it, wait for Dow to pop to the top of the key. She gets it from Meek. Now back to Wood again. Comes back to Meek. Now back to Woods. Woods being defended closely by Hurtado. Now she has to do something with the ball. Come back to Meek. Meek wants to drive. Kick it back to Wood. Looks at a three. No good. As the rebound is off, taken down there by Bell. That exit pass is tipped, but it still makes it to Thomas. Thomas up into the front court to Hurtado. Now back to Thomas. Gives it back. Now ends up in the hands of Bell for three. Way too long. Tapped high up in the air as the ball again comes down in the hands of Thomas. We're down to 5:10 to play in regulation here in the fourth quarter. Sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. Entry pass to Schotterveld. Bad pass taken away by the Indians. Meek has it up in the front court and she's fouled. Meek wanted to slow the ball down, and Maya Thomas had other ideas and reached in trying to get the ball and committed the foul. That's her second. 4 team fouls now in the half against the Tigers. Meek will bring it in from right in front of the Preston bench, gets it into the backcourt as it comes to Wood, gets it back to Meek. We go under 5 minutes to play in the quarter. 4:50 to play. 43-36, the Indians on top, and another foul committed by Hurtado. That's her third. That's 5 team fouls now on Jerome. And once again, the ball will stay in the hands of the Indians. It's almost better at this point on a foul to be able to keep the ball, to get it into Dow. That way you can keep working the clock. In fact, Preston has not taken a shot in almost 2 minutes off the clock. Alder gets the pass on the little weave play. She'll give it back over to Wood. The clock will continue to run as there's a couple of slaps. One of them hit to Wood right in the face, no call, but they'll bring it back out to Alder again, back out top. Back to Alder. Looks down low. She'll put it ball to the floor, drive it over in the corner to Meek. Sage drives back to Dow on the right elbow. Drives, lays it off to Pugmire. Pugmire's 8-foot jumper is good. It took 2.5 minutes, but they finally took a shot and they made it. 45-36, now up to a 9-point lead as we go under 4 minutes to play in the quarter. Bounce it down low, it goes to Schotterveld. Kick it back out to Thomas, no shot there. Hurtado for three. In, out, stays out. Rebound down low to Bell. They're going to call it a held ball. And it's going to go back over to Preston. So nice job by Jessica Alder to tie the ball up. And the possession error in favor of the Indians. And they'll now try to milk some more clock with 3:38 to play and a 9-point lead on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard as we play here in the fourth. Woods under full court pressure, comes to get the ball back to Meek as they get it up in the front corner to Dow. Dow turns at the timeline, now gives it back to Wood. Wood will give it to Meek. Meek goes down in the left corner, right corner rather to Pugmire, now back to Sage. Now they'll work it all the way back around here to the near side as it comes back to Wood against Hurtado. Gives it back to Alder, who dribble it out, back out top again. They're going to have to start fouling at some point here to try to get the ball back. Meek drives, lay it up and in. Strong to the basket, Sage Meek with her first 2 points of the game, and Preston goes up by 11 with 3 minutes to play. Hurtado, right in front of the bench, gives it off to Bell in the right corner. Bell forces it down low, blocked by Dow. However, goes back to Pfeiffer, score the basket, and she'll go to the line to shoot one. Foul's going to go against Jessica Alder, her fourth. So Pfeiffer will go to the free throw line to shoot one, try to complete the three-point play. It's her first free throw attempt of the night. And needs a bounce, won't get it. Dow able to come inside and get the rebound. As they get it to Wood, again, pressure in the backcourt. Put on by Hurtado, who almost got it away from Wood. You got to come and help the ball. Meek gets it in the front court, now to Dow. Dow will give it back to Woods again, or Hurtado right on her. She'll give it back up to Meek. Meek again will drive, lay it off to Dow this time. No shot. In the corner it goes to Pfeiffer as she'll bring it all the way back out top. Clock continues to run with 2:15 to play in the quarter. as it goes back to Wood. Pfeiffer has it on the left side, free throw line extended. Now she'll give it back to Wood again, right in front of the bench. Crossover, now spins, gets Hurtado on her hip, back to Pugmire, lay it up, missed, down with the rebound, missed, gets her own rebound, put it back up and in. It wanted to die on the back of the rim, but it finally rolled forward. Again, the lead back out to 11, 49-38. 1:45 to play. As that shot goes off the side of the board, and last touch by Schotterveld is going to go back over to the Indians with 1:43 left on the clock here on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard, and a timeout again taken by the Jerome Indians as they trail by 11 with 1:43 to play. We'll take a timeout. Back with more after this on mylocalradio.com.
Veo Robotic Assistance System at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
.143 to play. Preston on top, 49-38. They lead by 11. They've outscored Jerome 10-3 here in the quarter and expanded the lead. Ball belongs to the Indians. Baseline backcourt under full court pressure. Meek will get it in as they'll double team Woods. Got to get it in, and a foul before they can throw the inbound pass. Foul's going to go against Madison Dedmond. That's her fourth. That's 6 on the team. Now, if Jerome is going to foul to try to get the ball back, now finally they're out of fouls. Somebody's got to come to the ball, and they finally get it to Alder. Alder in the backcourt gives it off to Wood. Got to get it up in the front court. They get it to Meek. Meek successfully up into the front court, wants to drive, give it off to Dow. Bethany, little pump fake, now gives it over to Pugmire. Standing in the three-point line on the right side, free throw line extended, now brings it back out to Wood, and a foul. That's going to go against Dedmon, and that'll be 5 on her. So she fouls out. Foul free throw time for the Indians, as it'll be Gentry Mills to come back in. And I think Cassie Pugmire is going to be going to the line here. Pugmire will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1. 11-point lead for the Indians. 1:24 left in the game, as she makes the front end of the 1 and 1. So now she gets the bonus. 20 points tonight for Bethany Dow. It's her 7th game this year of 20 or more points, as Pugmire makes them both. She has 6 in the game, and the lead now is up to 13. Hurtado gets it inside. Little 8-foot jumper put up and in by Schotterveld. She has 8 now in the game, and the lead down to 11. And again, it's Hurtado trying to get the ball in the back court, and it's going to send Woods, I believe, to the line to shoot 1 and 1 this time. That's 4 on Abriana Hurtado. So here's Woods to shoot 1 and 1 with 1:06 left on the clock, and Preston leading by 11. First one is good. So now she gets the penalty as well. She has an even dozen in the game. She missed the second. However, the lead stays at 12 for the Indians, 52-40. Up into the front court, Hurtado has it for the Tigers. As it comes to Schotterveld. Now back to Hurtado in the corner. Drives baseline. Tries to force it inside. Hurtado blocked it. And then, speaking of a block, Gentry Mills puts a shoulder into Sage Meek as she tries to go around her. So Mills picks up her third. That's 9 on Jerome as a team. So Meek will get 1 and 1. We're going to start emptying the bench here as Preston up by 12 with 49 seconds left. And Meek can extend the free throw, can extend the lead here with 1 and 1 as she gets ready to shoot the first. Sage is a 70%er on the year, and she does indeed bury the first. So the lead goes out to 13. It's 53-40. Sage, who averages just a hair over 2 in the game, sinks both free throws to give her 4 tonight. And with 45 seconds left, this game is all but over. As we try to force it inside, Dow steps inside, intercepts the entry pass again. Back to Meek. Tries to drive and just throw it up at the basket after she got contact, as if she was going to get a foul, but they didn't call anything. Down in the corner, now down to low. Bell has a shot blocked from behind by Dow. 20 seconds to play, and a foul in the backcourt. As the foul called against Thomas, that'll be her third. And knowing that this game is over, Kimber Hall now is going to empty the bench as Harris, Nelson, trying to see who else is going to be coming into the game. Looks like Quarter is going to come into the game. And Kerry Despain come to check in. So they will completely empty the bench, leading by 14 with the final 21 seconds. And it's just a matter of just hang on to the ball next time you get it and let the clock run out. Tonight's game brought to you in part by our friends at Stokes Market. Stokes Market and True Value is not an ordinary grocery store here in Preston. They see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meat, produce, and bakery items you can find. Stop by and look for yourself. You'll find them at 217 South State Street, right here in Preston. Stokes Market and True Value. Ball belongs to the Indians as Despain gets it in. She gets it into Harris. Alexia Harris, who gets a lot of run with the JV team, doesn't see a whole lot of time with the varsity, dribbles right in front of the bench, gets it off to Marlowe, top of the key. Marlowe will let Despain come by and take it right out of her hands with 5 on the clock. Despain really continues to drive, gets it back to Harris with 2, with 1, ball game. And what looked like an insurmountable lead in the first half, with everything going against the Indians early on. Finally, including 3 fouls in the first half against Bethany Dow, they were able to sustain the pressure in the second half and then come off with the lead here this evening as Preston wins it by the final score of 54-40. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. The post-game show is next. Stick with us here on mylocalradio.com. This has been Preston Indians basketball. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Now stay tuned for the postgame show. Coming right up.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
We welcome you into the post-game show here tonight as the Lady Indians for Preston come away with a 14-point win, winning it by the final score of 54-40 here tonight, and put another game between them and Jerome as far as a playoff spot is concerned, as Preston is now 6-2 in the conference play. Jerome goes to 5-4. They trail the Indians by 2 in the loss column. With the win, Preston is now 11-5 overall on the year, while Jerome is now 9-7, 2 games above 500, but again, 2 games behind Preston as far as a playoff spot is concerned. Nice game in the second half for the Indians as they outscored the Tigers 15-9 in the third quarter and 15-5 in the fourth. In fact, in the second, third, and fourth quarters tonight, it was Preston who combined for 45 points, after only scoring 9 in the first quarter of the game here tonight. But the Indians able to come away with the victory as they pick up the 45-40 win over the Jerome Tigers. Nice game for Bethany Dow as she has her 7th game scoring 20 points or more this season. She had 7 double-doubles to her credit already tonight as try to get the kids to stop jumping up and down and knocking my equipment off the table here. For Bethany, she had 7 double-double games this year. I'm not sure how many rebounds she had tonight, but she very well could probably had her 8th double-double tonight, but certainly it's her 7th time she's had 20 points or more in a game, and she did it in foul trouble the entire second half. She had 3 fouls at halftime and only picked up 1 in quarter number 4 tonight, and certainly her ability to stay on the floor with Liz Linhart not available tonight, out with a concussion. To have to see if she'll be able to come back in the next game or not certainly remains to be a question. But for Bethany Dow, being able to stay in the game, even playing with 4 fouls down the stretch, became very important tonight for the Preston Indians. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll look at the stat sheet right after this on mylocalradio.com.
Health West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer.
Well, the Lady Indians win it tonight. Take a look at the final stats, the scorecard in tonight's game. First for the Jerome Tigers, it was Abriana Hurtado who finished the game with 2 points tonight. Alicia Thomas had 1. She made 1 free throw in the fourth quarter. Her only point of the game. Madison Dedmond finished the game with 4. Ortega, Nance, both played but did not score. Mercedes Bell had 9 in the game tonight for the Tigers. Hannah Schottevelt finished the game with 8. Gentry Mills with 2. And Vanessa Pfeiffer, who was the big reason why Bethany Dow find herself in foul trouble in the first half. She finished the game with 13 in the game. Jerome only shot 7 free throws tonight. They were 3 of 7 from the free throw line. For the Indians, Jessica Alder had 4. Alicia Woods finished the game with 12. It was Sage Meek who had 4 in the game. Addie Mosier with 2. Sydney Marlowe was 6 tonight. And it was Bethany Dow who finished with 20 on the nose, making 2 out of 4 free throws as well, as she has her, as we mentioned a moment ago, her 7th game of 20 or more points on the year. Cassie Pugmire finishes the game with 6, and of course Liz Linhart not available. Another good free throw shooting night tonight again for the Indians as they go 13 of 17 from the line in the win. Lady Indians win it 54-40. Taking time out, we'll come back and say goodnight and tell you what's on tap for our next broadcast and the next game up for the Lady Indians. We'll do all that right after this timeout on mylocalradio.com.
When the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Well, a big win tonight for the Indians as they improve their record now on the year to 11-5, up their record in the conference as well, as it proves to be a big win all around as they put another game between them and Jerome, who was a game behind them at the beginning of the night, and they're now 2 back in the loss column. Our next broadcast will come up tomorrow night as the boys will be back here at Preston Gym, as they'll be taking on the Canyon Ridge Riverhawks. Tip-off slated for 7:30 tomorrow night. Our coverage will get underway about 7:10 here on mylocalradio.com, and that will bring our broadcast tonight to a close as the Lady Indians pick up their 11th win of the year, 54-40 over Jerome. The Executive Director of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator tonight was John Beverly. Special thanks to the management staff of the Preston Lady Indians, their team managers, for helping us run our camera tonight for our video feed. And until tomorrow night, I'm Dan Hubbard, thanking you for joining us here this evening and reminding you once again of the final score as the Lady Indians come off with a 54-40 win. Until tomorrow in our next broadcast, we wish you all a very pleasant good night and a very good weekend. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.